Hey, what's going on YouTube? Khalid here, aka Smooth Flipper. And this video we're going to talk about auction versus buy it now. So if you are familiar with eBay selling, you know that they give you two options to sell your item. You can either put your item on auction to where different potential buyers will bid, and it's like a bidding war, and then they'll win the item when the duration of the listing is over. Then there's buy now, where you can set a set price to where how much you want your item to sell for, and whoever wants to buy it can just add to cart and buy it just like that. Um, there's two different effects for them. Some have advantages, some have disadvantages. What I do and what I've been doing for the past I'd say 5.5 years is buy now. When I first started, I did the auction. I would do 99-cent auctions that went on just for one day, and that brought in a lot of revenue, and you know uh, sales were a lot faster because they were only a day auction at the time. That was what I felt was the best option. Um, Now I kind of learned that with phones, buy now is your best bet. And that's because the demand for phones is so high that when people go onto eBay, when they're looking for an item, they want that item ASAP. They don't want to have to wait 7 days for an auction to end, or 5 days, or whatever, however long your auction is. They want to be able to go on eBay, search for that particular item, and they want to buy it. So I've learned that over the years, buy it now is the way to go. Um, you know, always require immediate payment, which means, once they have committed to buy, they have to pay. There's no getting out of it. You have to pay. And one thing I've noticed, people who have came to me with issues is, they always say, well, the item, sold, but they didn't pay for it. So I look, and then they either put buy now and didn't, require immediate payment, or they did auction. With auction, you can't require immediate payment. Once the auction is over, uh, eBay gives them a couple of days to pay for it, and that's it. I've dealt with tons of issues with auction to where, the phone that sold for a high price, and the buyers were going in a bidding war and drove the price up, 30 bucks more than what I figured I would get for it. But the bad part, they didn't pay for 3 days, or they didn't pay at all. And you're losing money doing that. You're losing money and time waiting for someone to pay. You can't really cancel because eBay rules state that they have a couple of days to pay for it. So if you cancel it and relist it and they do pay, then you have to end your listing that you relisted, and then go back and excuse me, and ship it to them. So it's a big hassle with auction. I know people who do use auction that do pretty well, but like I said, with phones and it being so in demand, people want to go onto eBay and search for the phone and get it just like that. Um, and that's what it is. And just like that, you can get paid. You can get paid instantly with buy now. You don't have to worry about, is this buyer going to pay, or um, you know, they paid, and then I have to wait for it to clear. All this different stuff that goes on with auctions. And although I did that, when I first started, my first 2 years, I did auction only, did not do buy now at all. Sales were good, but I feel like I did deal with a lot of issues. Nowadays with buy now, I don't deal with much issues. I don't deal with a lot of returns. I don't deal with stuff like that, because when people are looking for something, they know what they want. They're gonna buy it. Some people just see an item. They'll see an iPhone 7 that has 2 hours left, and they see that it's at $18. They're gonna max bid 500 without even looking at the item, because they're gonna say, okay, it's an iPhone 7, and it might go for cheap. So they're gonna max bid on that, They're gonna win it to realize, hey, the phone had a bad ESN, or it had a little crack on it, and they're gonna want to cancel that order because they didn't look at it. So with buy now, it gives them time to go over it and look, because when people are spending money, obviously they want to see what they're gonna get. So with auction, you can bid, and it gives you a couple days to think about your purchase. But with buy now, you have to purchase right then and there. So most buyers go over the item first to make sure everything is cool, that they read everything, and that this is the item that they want to buy. So that's the big difference between auction and buy now. Me personally, I do buy now. Require immediate payment every single time. No if and buts about it. You will not regret that. Although auctions, they may have bidding wars, and your item may go up $20 extra. It's not really worth the hassle, of making the extra $20 for a 3-day wait. You guys know what I'm saying? So that's my take on auction versus buy now. Buy now is the way to go. Thanks again. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please drop a like to show me that you enjoyed it. Drop a comment of what you think, you like more, auction versus buy now, and explain why. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you.